next founder is always hungry. You'll often find him in a restaurant, but never paying full price. Please welcome Julian from Waffle!
$4 billion meals are eaten out across the UK every year, of which 1 billion involve a deal or a discount. And these guys are making billions, offering a frustrated, complicated, and outdated user experience. We spend ages looking for a good deal. And then when we finally find one, we get super excited, but then you realize you have to get all this extra stuff that you didn't want. Then you have to create accounts that you didn't want. And then, to top it off, you are going to get spammed with unpersonalized and irrelevant deals for the rest of eternity, which again, you don't want. What if the entire experience was seamless? Made simple. What if it was as easy as sending a message? Well, now it is. I'm Julian, the co-founder and CEO of Waffle, and let's meet Waffle. So Waffle eliminates the need for endless scrolling because you can simply tell Waffle what you're in the mood for. Something healthy for lunch, something vegan for dinner, or in my case, some chicken wings. Waffle's going to respond with some personalized and relevant places to choose from. And with just one tap, the menu pops up, and I'll choose what I want. So I'm going to find those chicken wings. I'll add some fries. And I should probably get some fries for the rest of my team because, well, they're always hungry. And just like that, Waffle has saved us nearly £6 on this order. Once I pay, I'll get my order confirmation, which I simply show to restaurant staff when I arrive at the restaurant. Waffle's then going to guide us directly there to enjoy our meal. And let's face it, that meal is going to taste better because we just saved money. Thanks, Waffle. That was pretty cool. Oh yeah, and eating out is a social activity. This explains why over 50% of our users have found Waffle through word of mouth. Waffle makes finding the restaurant that you want at the price that you want simple. There's no apps to download, no accounts to create, no endless scrolling, just conversation. Okay, so this is great, but why are restaurants working with us? Well, their industry is amongst the most competitive and unforgiving. Finding customers is hard, and they have almost no time to do it. That explains why £19 billion a year is lost to empty tables in the UK alone. I mean, what are restaurants supposed to do? Seriously, picture this, it's the middle of the afternoon and your restaurant's empty. What are you going to do? Do you put a sandwich board outside? What good is that when people are walking past glued to their screens? Some turn to social advertising, which can be complicated. But besides, these guys didn't start their restaurants because they want to spend hours learning about social advertising. They just want to serve their best food to their customers. Plus, they'd have to pay for those ads, whether or not they even get a customer. So how should they get in front of the right person, on the right channel, at the right time? Well, that's where Waffle comes in. We digitize the menus of each of our partners, which means they can upgrade from static pricing to dynamic pricing. We are literally giving them a menu that can change its price based on demand. Now that means more customers and more money. But to do this better than anyone else, we need diners to respond quickly. We didn't just make Waffle a chatbot because it was cool. We did it because this is where our generation is spending our digital time. Waffle can automatically message the right person. And when that happens, that message gets responded to by over 30% of our users within 10 minutes. Now that is faster than an app on the last page of your phone. By partnering with us, restaurants can increase their revenues by up to 20% and free up those endless hours spent trying to attract customers. Now, at the beginning of the program, we realized that we had a problem. Well, we had about 4,000 users, we had restaurant partners, and Waffle had received over 50,000 messages. we didn't have a good way of knowing whether our users were actually turning up to our restaurants. Given this is how we were planning on making money, it was a pretty big problem. So what do we do? Within the space of 8 weeks, we designed, developed, and deployed a pre-ordering and payment solution within Messenger that our users love. Now, the way we make money is simple. We take a percentage of the additional revenue we've provided to our partners. And since we launched this update, the amount that our users are spending through the platform is increasing at 16% a day. And we are just getting started in tackling this huge and inefficient industry. Every year, more and more is being spent on eating out. Last year, in the UK, that figure exceeded £85 billion. Our addressable portion of that market is pretty big too, exceeding £18 billion. As for our team, there is one thing that we all have in common. We all spend too much money eating out. Matt and I have been friends for over 10 years, having previously started a profitable business while at school together. Matt is responsible for product. He previously worked as a product designer at Unilever after he graduated from the top university for design in the UK. That's where he met James, our technical co-founder. And since James joined Waffle, it seems that we haven't stopped winning awards. For me, Waffle started while I was studying finance at the University of Sussex. Despite spending most of my time signing up restaurant partners in Brighton, I still graduated as the top performing student on my course. We're already supported by some incredible investors and advisors who know the magnitude of this problem and see a huge opportunity. That includes the likes of Mathieu, who is the ex-general manager of Uber Eats for the UK, and Gagan, who has the same position but for Central and South America. Now tomorrow, this team flies back to Brighton, Waffle's first city, where we're already working with 1 in 3 of our target restaurants. Once we conquer Brighton, we're going to expand to other key cities across the rest of the UK. And we're even excited by the possibilities beyond that, given our backing by Metro. All of this is going to help Waffle in achieving our vision of giving everyone across the world a best friend for dining out. Thank you.